Welcome to Fitness on Demand's video training session using resistance tubes. Now the resistance tubes as well as the resistance bands are excellent devices to be used for your physical training. They're low-cost items that can give you a fantastic workout. Now let's talk about the resistance tubes first. The resistance tubes come in different colors. Each color represents different amounts of resistance. On the back of the package, they'll tell you how much resistance you'll get from each tube. Coupled with that, I have the resistance bands. Same rule applies. Different colors, different resistance levels. Now, one of the things I had to do with the resistance bands, as you can see, I tied little hoops on the end of it. Now, these can be used to place in your feet or around your hands. In fact, during today's session, I'm going to use the hoops on these resistance bands to do some push-ups off of the floor, but with some added resistance. So let's take a look at some of the wonderful things that we can accomplish with the resistance tubes. Now, one of the things that I like in particular with resistance tubes is the fact that you can use them in a circuit and they're really efficient to transition from exercise to exercise. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is a squat. Now, squat's going to be a total body exercise. I'm going to place my hands right at shoulder level, step out a little bit. The further I spread my legs, the more resistance I'm going to get from the resistance tubes. And now I'm going to immediately drop into a squat. Nice and controlled motion. And as you can see, you have lots of flexibility with the squat. You can control your level of depth. Now, immediately, I'm going to go into a military press. And as you see, it's almost as if it's a seamless transition. I can do a palms facing in, or I can do a palms out. Now, one of the benefits of resistance tubes is that you get that continuous tension. Now, I'm going to follow that with some curls. Now, I'm going to go into a toe raise. I don't really need the resistance bands for those. You can do them without the resistance bands, in fact. You get a great workout. Okay, now I'm going to drop into a push-up, but I'm going to use my resistance bands. I'm going to simply slide my hands in the little hoops that I had to make. I'm going to place it behind my back, and now I'm going to get in push-up position. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit of additional resistance from the resistance bands. Now, I can also work my back muscles. I'm going to use the resistance tubes to get that job done. I'm going to carefully put them at my heels of my foot. I'm going to crisscross the bands to create a little bit of additional resistance. And then I'm simply going to pull back in a rowing motion. This is a great exercise. I could also go palms in. And again, that's a nice, smooth transition. Now I'm going to put in some tricep work using the resistance bands. Now again, I could tie that resistance band around my hand. I'm going to grab one end of the band, pull my elbows up high. I'm going to go right into a tricep extension. Of course, I'll work both triceps, left and right. Now I could also do a tricep kickback. Keep my back straight, keep my elbows high. And now I'm doing a kickback utilizing the resistance bands. Okay, can be done as well with the resistance tubes. I can take one end, Simply step on it, and I can use the resistance tubes in the same fashion. So once again, we have two low-cost items, resistance tubing and resistance bands. These are very cost-effective training tools that can be used to work the whole body. They're especially beneficial if you're doing circuit training so that you can move from one exercise immediately into the next exercise. Thank you for joining us, Fitness on Demand.